Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello again, grade 9 students. Hope you are all okay. Our lesson today is 9B 3 Grammar. Students book pages 99 and 124, workbook page 94. Let's get started. To begin with, let's have a look at our learning objectives for today. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to 1. Infer the rules of the full infinitive and bare infinitive through studying the given examples. 2. Use the full and bare infinitives in meaningful situations. First, let's have this question. What is the difference between full infinitive and bare infinitive? Let's look at these examples. Here we have full infinitive. Let's read the example. I hope to see you soon. And here we have the bare infinitive. For example, he can't help you. So what do you notice here? What is the difference between full infinitive and bare infinitive? Excellent. Bare infinitive, we form it but without using to. Like this example, he can't help. So we use the verb help without the use of to. Whereas full infinitive is formed by using to plus the main verb, to plus the base form of the main verb. For example, I hope to see. So here we use to see. To plus the base form of the verb. Now could you please open your student's book, page 99. 3 Grammar. Infinitives. Read the examples and complete the rules. First, let's read these examples. A. I want to plant these seeds. Is it difficult to do? B. No. Let me show you how to plant them. That pot is too small to fit all of them in. I'll go to the shop to get a pot that's big enough to fit all of them then. Don't forget to ask how often you should water them. After having read the previous examples, now let's complete the rule. Use the full infinitive, for example, to do. First, to express purpose, like I go to school to learn. Here we are expressing purpose. 2. After certain verbs, for example, here we have would like, decide, need, plan, try, and offer. What other verbs can we use? Excellent. Want and forget. So all of these verbs are followed by full infinitive. Number 3, after it plus be plus adjective. By be here we mean either is in the present tense or was in the past tense. For example, it is difficult to do this exercise. It was dangerous to enter the forest alone. After and enough. Now look at the examples again in the previous slide and try to complete this rule. Yes, what do you think? Great. After to and enough. And the last use is after question words, for example, what, where, and how. Well done, students. To have more detailed information, you can go to Students' Book, page 124. Infinitives. We use the full infinitive, to plus the base form of the verb, 1, to express purpose. For example, I'm going to the shopping center to buy Mom a present. So this is the purpose. Why he is going to the shopping center? To buy his mom a present. We also use full infinitive after certain verbs like want, would like, would love, hope, decide, manage, plan, and so on. So all of these verbs are followed by full infinitive. Then we can use full infinitive after it plus be plus adjective. For example, it is nice, it was stupid, etc. A sentence, it is difficult to explain. after certain adjectives: afraid, surprised, free, happy, ready, sorry, pleased, etc. For example, are you afraid to ask him? So after these adjectives use full infinitive. After too and enough. For instance, you are too young to stay out late. Rashid is old enough to drive a car. And we use full infinitive after question words like who, how, what, etc. in indirect questions. For instance, do you know how to get there? So, to sum up, all of these are the uses of full infinitive. Now, again, Students' Book, page 99, let's go to the bare infinitive. For example, do. Base form without using to. For example, we use the bare infinitive after modal verbs. For example, can, could, what else? What other modal verbs do we have? Excellent. We have also should and we have must. So after the modal verbs, we use bare infinitive. Then we use the bare infinitive also after the verbs make and, excellent, make and let. These are the uses of the bare infinitive. Again, let's have more detailed information in Students' Book, page 124. We use the bare infinitive base form of the verb without to after modal verbs. For example, can, could, will, would, should, may, might, must. All of these are modal verbs. We always use bare infinitive after these modal verbs. For example, could you give me a glass of water? Could followed by give. It is a bare infinitive verb. You must call me as soon as you hear from them. You must call. We use bare infinitive. Why? Because it is preceded by the modal must. We also use the bare infinitive after the verbs let and make in the active voice. For example, his mother made him tidy the room. Here we have the verb made, which is the past simple of the verb make. Made him tidy. So we use the bare infinitive here. Now let's read this note in Students' Book, page 124. We can use the verb help with a bare or full infinitive. So here the verb help is followed by either bare or full infinitive. For example, Ali will help you carry that box. Here in this sentence we use bare infinitive after the verb help. Ali will help you to carry that box. So help can be followed by both bare infinitive or full infinitive. Could you please open your Students' Book, page 99, to do this exercise B? Complete with the full or the bare infinitive of the verbs in brackets. Here we have two dialogues and we have verbs in brackets. What you are going to do now is to pause the video and try to complete these sentences using the verbs either in full or bare infinitive. Go ahead. Okay, now what do you think the first answer is? Excellent, it's to cut. Why? Because it is preceded by the verb need, and need is followed by full infinitive. Now what about this one? Great, it's give. Why? Because it is preceded by the modal can, and can is followed by bare infinitive. What about this one? Excellent, it's C. Again, it is preceded by the modal can. Now what about this one? What do you think? Great, it's check. Why? Because here we have the verb let, and let is followed by bare infinitive. Now let's go to the second dialogue. What do you think the first answer is? Wonderful, it's to prepare. Why? Because here we have the verb decide, And decide is one of the verbs that are followed by full infinitive. Now what about this one? Excellent. It's to make. Why? Because it is preceded by I'd like, would like. Would like is always followed by full infinitive. Now let's go to this one. What do you think the answer is? Excellent. It's to make. Why? Because here we have the word enough. And as we studied before, to and enough are followed by full infinitive. Now, what about this? What do you think the answer is? Brilliant. It's check. Why? Because it is preceded by the modal should. And after modals, we always use bare infinitive. Now the last one. What do you think the answer is? Great. It's to get. Why? Because here we have a purpose. I went to the shop. Why? To get all the ingredients after work. So we use full infinitive. Excellent, students. Now could you please open your workbook, page 94. Exercise C. Complete with the full or bare infinitive of the verbs in brackets. So here we have a conversation between Sandra and Jessica. You are going to put the verbs in brackets in the correct form, full or bare infinitive. Could you please pause the video and do the task? Go on. Now, could you please check your answers? And here we have another conversation between Abdullah and Saleh. Pause the video, please, and do the task. Now it's time for you to check your answers. Now could you please open your workbook, page 94 again, and let's do exercise D. Look at the pictures and answer the questions. Look at this woman. What is she saying? Good. She's saying, I'd like to make a reservation. Now let's answer this question. Why did she call the restaurant? What do you think? She called the restaurant to make a reservation. So here we are expressing purpose. She called the restaurant. What's the purpose of calling the restaurant? To make a reservation. So we use full infinitive. Now let's go to number 2. Look at this man. Where is he? Excellent. He is in a library. What is he saying? I have a lot of studying to do, so I will stay here. So the question is, why is he staying in the library? What do you think? Wonderful. He is staying in the library to study. Again, here we are expressing purpose. Why is he staying in the library? To study. So this is the purpose of staying in the library. In this case, we use full infinitive. Now, could you please do this one? Why did the man go to the museum? Excellent. He went to the museum to visit the exhibition. Well done. Again, workbook, page 94. Look at this woman. She is saying, I need some icing sugar. So why is she going to the supermarket? She is going to the supermarket. Why? Very good. She is going to the supermarket to buy some icing sugar. Excellent, students. Now let's go to the practice stage and wrap up what we have learned in this lesson. Tell us why you go to school. Excellent. We go to school to learn. So here we use full infinitive, to learn. Why? Because we are expressing purpose. The purpose of going to school. We go to school to learn. Tell us the job you would like to have. Wonderful. I would like to be an engineer. So here we use full infinitive. Would like to be. Why? Because we have would like in the sentence. Tell us something you can do well. Wonderful. I can swim well. So here we use I can swim, bare infinitive. Why? Because we have the modal can. Tell us something you are too young to do. Wonderful. I am too young to get married. So here we use full infinitive. Why? Because we have to followed by an adjective. In this case, we use full infinitive. Tell us something your father won't let you do. Wonderful. My father won't let me drive his car. So here we use bare infinitive. Won't let me drive his car. Why? Because we have the verb let. Well done, my students. And here we come to the end of our lesson for today. Thank you for watching. See you later.